to the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio
Show.
is where I go for the latest band info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the all around town radio show. The all around town radio.
Hi, everybody. All three of you. Jeez. Tell us about it, Mark Robinson.
It's the weekend review. I'm coming for you. Speaking with the fans, sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. We're coming, who's playing out on the open jam with the who's
Rick Starr, how are you?
Come Friday night, ready to race on hell. With hard and planning to win well.
Rob Paisley in the house. Rick Kerr in the house. Glenn, it was good to see you too on Friday. It's not Wednesday, Friday. Yeah. Hi, Jody. Thanks for dropping by prior to dinner. I appreciate that. There is Todd in the house. We're going to talk about them. Final Countdown Cincinnati. Yeah, we're chatting about here in a little bit. Happy Monday to you too, Todd, and welcome to the broadcast today, guys. Boy, it's slow getting started here on the live side. We'll see what we do with people. Numbers. Thursday sucked too. I don't know what's going on. Thursday's numbers were off by, 1,500 at least from our normal views. Don't know what, don't know why, but if it keeps declining, you'll see it go bye-bye because it's not worth doing. No, sir. Not for what the Book of Face is doing to us. Butch Jones in the house. How you doing? Thank you for dropping by. I'm Mark from the Gamut in the house. We're also talking about them here in just a few minutes. That's going to be fun. Hey, don't forget, guys, today is the day where we do our weekend update, and that means you can tell us who you saw play out over the weekend. So if you want to drop it in the comments, do it right there. Who'd you see play music this weekend? Drop us a little comment. Let us know. Let us know. Let us know. Let it snow. Let it snow. Let us know where you went to see music. Yeah, and who you got to see and how fun it was. Because we know live music's just a wonderful thing. It is. It is. So drop us a comment there if you're out there, guys. And if you're new to the show, tell us who you are and where you're from. We'd love to hear from you then as well. All the comments come into the board here, and we'll pop them up as you bring them to us. And we'll go from there. So we're waiting on some live viewers to get started here. Like I said, thanks for those of you who shared Thursday's show. It's the most important show of the week we do, and that's who's playing out. But boy, our numbers were way off. It's so weird. The week before, we got shut down because of our theme song. They said it's copyright infringement or something. I don't know. So yeah, it's hard to keep up with that crap, but we do, and we try to make this happen. It becomes tiresome, believe me. Every time you turn around and you think you're getting developing an audience, then it gets taken away from you. And we only had about 2.5, I think 2,500 views on that one. So yeah, a little slow for the Thursday show. It was. Kevin said he got to see Dreamboat Annie, Acoustic Blue, and Stone Mountain Mafia. Wow, that's a great lineup there. The Triple Crown on that one for sure. Hi, Dewey, how are you? Thanks for dropping by. He said, was hoping to see Sweet Sister Mercy play the Hall Around Town Radio at the Bell, but they still slated, but it was not to be. Yeah, they've quit playing that. They're done. They're done. They're done playing the theme. They've done it. Yes. Hi, Mark. How are you? Good to have you with us. And say Wednesday at the Bell and the Bear for Gina and Johnny with Doug Hart and Casey Gomez. That was a good one. It was. That was a good one. We're going to talk about our weekend here in just a minute. What the hell day is this? What day is it? It's the 20th. Let me look at something here. I got to look at something. You never know what November 20th might be. Let me look at my calendar. Oh, National Child's Day. Okay. And National Peanut Butter Fudge Day, just in case you gave a crap. All right. What's going on, Jerry Nimmersheim? My brother, how are you? Good to see you here. Pete Johnson in the house. Good to see you, Pete. Carol, thank you for dropping by. She said it was awesome. She and Kevin are kind of a pair. Go out a lot together. Yeah, they do. Now, they ought to go out together. So welcome, guys. And we're going to talk about our weekend. But again, I'm going to encourage you here. If you can, please drop it in the comments and let us know who you saw play music here over the weekend. We didn't get that post put up this week. We were busy. So we didn't get that one put up on the page. So we'd love to hear from you and hear who you get to see play. For sure. Hi, Bob Klein. Thank you for being with us today. Jimmy Kilroy. Who we got here? Kilowatt in the house. How are you, man? Got to see you do a little singing. I did. How about that? Got some pictures of it too. So let me get started with our weekend. We had a big weekend. We started it back Wednesday with our finale of our Name That Tune trivia, and that was a blast. Our 22 top teams came together for a big championship round and had a great night with those folks. And sad to leave, to be honest with you. I mean, it's a great event every week, and we'll be back at it again. Hopefully, we'll be back at it. And we'll get to see you at the Bell and the Bear on the 13th, I think it is, of December. It's Wednesday, if that's what that is. We'll be there doing our thing at the Bell and the Bear, and love to see you there. Hi, Celia. Thank you for being here. It was great to see you over the weekend. We're going to talk about you at length here in just a moment. Mark, thanks for dropping in. And if you're out there, guys, especially if you've never been on the program before, tell us where you're from and who you are. And Billy throwing in a little comment here about Crown Watts with you're biased. You're biased. You are, Rick Kern. Who is Rick Kern, by the way? I've never heard of her. At the Naughty Pine. Anybody heard of Rick Kern? Yes, our Wednesday trivia troopers at Heather's were awesome, let me tell you. They came out in droves. We had over 200 people Wednesday night. It was a blast. And yeah. If you ever figure who that long-haired hippie type Rick Kern is, Billy, you let me know. Let me know. All right. Hi, Aaron. We got the whole damn band here, it looks like, today. I like it. Everybody's in here between the Gamut and Vinyl Countdown. So let's just get right to it, people. Let's talk about Heather's this weekend. It is my favorite weekend of the year at, hi, Shane, our favorite weekend of the year at Heather's. And this is Heather's big blowout party. And if you don't know Heather, first of all, I'm just going to say it out loud here, people. This is one of the hardest working women in show business. And I don't know how I've been so blessed to be surrounded by some extremely hardworking and driven women like I am with Heather and Karis. I will tell you, it is amazing to have those people in your life and to be able to hang out with them and to be able to do things at their venues and participate. And Heather takes such good care of me year round when I'm there doing Name That Tune. And then other times, it's such as this weekend, having our own table at Christmas in Springboro and the ability to entertain friends and enjoy a great night of music was just fantastic. And let me say hi to a few more people. We'll get back to that story here. Oh, Rick Kern is your manicurist. Jonathan Groom says, well, that explains it all then. I need a mani-pedi, Rick. I do. Can I get one? Dewey said, got to see Rockstar. And Rick Star Kern sit in with Crown Watts. Yeah, it's awesome. Bill beat you in the comment. Well, like I said, she's a little biased, but that's okay. Glenn said Friday at Rick's for Acoustic Blue and then Heather's for the Gamut. Got to see Glenn there on the patio. Surprised me. I didn't think you were coming up, but I got to see you, and that was cool to see you pop in and check that out. Rick says can't afford him. I don't know, man. I'd be willing to pay good bucks for that if you're doing manicures and stuff. I want to see it. Mark Feldman, how are you? Yeah, it was written for me, Mark, by a local band. They wrote it, produced it. Nobody's registered it as some sort of a, a BMI, ASCAP, CSAC song, none of that stuff. And yet the computers at the Book of Face catch it. And there's only so many melodies, people. I mean, there's only so many notes in the scale. And the computers at the Book of Face catch it, and they make it a copyright violation. Thus, the computer slows your feed down, and people don't see it get pushed out, and they don't see it in their feed when they scroll, and therefore they don't watch it. So that's how they do this. A wonderful, screwed up, and I'd like to say, can I just say effed up Book of Face? I'm just going to say that out loud, and they'll probably kick me off for that too. But that's just my my soapbox. I get so tired of dealing with it every single day, and you get on, they've made a change, and you don't know where to go to do your stuff, and yowza. Get me started. It's a month already. Yes. And Jonathan said he wasn't able to catch a set of Kern Watts. He was disappointed. Yes, I was disappointed when I saw that as well. Hello, Colt. Thanks for dropping by the program today. And guys, if you're out there, say hi. We'd love to hear from you. But I got to go back to Heather's. Heather, one of the hardest working women in show business. She puts on one hell of an event. Let me get the mic up here where it's working. She puts on one hell of an event at her place and just blows the roof off, or the tents, whatever you want to call it. This place is wall to wall all day, all night. It's Christmas in Springboro the week before Thanksgiving. You ask, Christmas? Yes, Christmas in Springboro the week before Thanksgiving. The whole town is closed down. There's food trucks up and down the street. There's events. There's things to do for the kids. There's a skating rink. I mean, there's everything there going on at Christmas in Springboro. And then, of course, there's Heather's big blowout. And it's also Heather's anniversary each year on that. That's when she opened, and for her coffee shop, so to speak, back in the day. And Heather had her 14th anniversary this year of being in business there. And if you know Heather, like I said, you know what a great businesswoman she is. If you don't know her, you need to get to know her. She killed it this weekend with some good weather. Last year, it sucked weather-wise. I'll tell you, that was so cold. The Vinyl Countdown can attest to that. But this year, we had some decent weather, especially Friday night. It was really nice. Got a little colder on Saturday. Hello, Carrie. Thanks for being here. And yes, the gamut did rock Heather's. I agree 100%. I'm going to talk about that. Hi, Ditch. Thank you for joining us, too. So if you're here today, guys, make a comment on people you saw over the weekend. We'd love to hear from you. But I want to talk certainly about the Gamut to start with on Friday night. The Gamut is a fantastic band. Heather doesn't hire slouchy bands, okay? She hires good bands, especially for this big an event, because she knows it's going to be wall-to-wall people, and they've got to stay dancing. They've got to be having a good time so that they stay and partake in all her beverages and such that they can do. And what was cool is you could go out in the street. You could grab some of the street food that was out there at the food trucks and so on. You could bring it in Heather's because she shuts her kitchen down for that weekend. And just had a wonderful time there. I think I ate my body weight in, grandma's chicken and noodles that were out there. The truck that did that, or the booth, Fanny Farmer's noodles or something. Gosh, they were good. They were so good on a cool night. It was great. What Todd say? Couldn't feel your fingers for 2 days after last year's show. I bet it was so cold tonight. It was. And Celia said, Heather's amazing. Sweetest lady, and grateful that she took extra special care of you. Yes, and I'm going to talk about that briefly here, Celia, because you are one hell of a rock star. I'm going to say that. And Richard said John Waite at Memorial Hall he got to see, and I'm sorry I missed that one. I love John Waite. If you haven't seen our interview with him, go back and look at it. Look it up. John Waite, we had him on the show here. He's awesome. But I want to talk about, first of all, the Gamut. You've got Albina with some, they call her Albie for short, on some unbelievable vocals. The rest of the band, JD on bass, obviously. Mark on keys, Aaron on guitar, and I'll call him Garf with a PH, Garf on the drums. Just blew us away. And Rick said John Waite brought tears. Every time I see him play, he does that to me too, Rick. He's one amazing performer. Still doing it. Still, his voice is still perfect. perfect after all those years. They are. So I want to give you some ideas of what this wonderful band, The Gamut, played, and I've got their set list in front of me. Let me run down just a few of the first set here. Threw in there "Too Much Time on My Hands," Styx tune. That's a great one always. A damn Yankee song in there, High Enough. Foo Fighters. Then they jump up to Foo Fighters, and then just drop back to some Pat Benatar, Heartbreaker, and with Albina singing those songs, it's good stuff. It is. It's wonderful. Don't Stop Believing, Sweet Child of Mine, thrown in there, White Wedding in the first set. Second set, Separate Ways. Gosh, Jump. All I Want for Christmas Is You. Am I on the right set list? I hope I am. I hope I'm doing the right set list. I believe I am. But good stuff from The Gamut, for real. And then in that second set list, Pride and Joy, Tennessee Whiskey, Uptown Funk. Listen to where they are. And it was an all ages show. I mean, they were in there kicking ass basically for everybody in the room. And this was an all ages event. I mean, you could wander in there with your kids if you wanted to. Now I got a little crazy later. I don't know if I want my kids in there later, but there was a lot of kids that were coming in with their parents and having fun, and mom and dad getting a little adult beverage and doing their thing. So that was a lot of fun. I'll get back to some of those songs. But see, Shane says, saw the Trapper Keepers Friday at Brick Tap and Tavern, and crying out loud. There you go. Good lineup there, Shane. Great stuff. And Toz, they do a great job. High Enough. They do. And it's a class band. The Gamut is a Class A band. We had them on the show last week. If you didn't see their interview, go back and watch that as well. And, things like Rock You Like a Hurricane, Roll with the Changes, REO Speedwagon, just great classic rock songs. Faithfully, Long Train Running in there, which was amazing. I believe Kilowatt was in on that one a little bit. Boston, Smokin'. The only other place I've ever heard Smokin' done by a cover band is the Jam Band at the Bell and the Bear. I don't hear Boston done very often, especially Smokin'. Good stuff. Had some more, what else? Tina Turner, Simply the Best. Panama, You Shook Me All Night Long, Nothing But a Good Time, Welcome to the Jungle, Talk Dirty to Me, all those great songs that were in there. And, The Gamut, it was funny because after the first set, Albina said to me, she says, people just aren't up dancing yet. I said, give it time. They'll be up. They got to get a little warmed up. And this was Friday. You have to remember, Friday, they're all coming off work. So it takes them a few minutes to get warmed up and geared up. Whereas like Vinyl Countdown had a fortunate thing on Saturday because they'd all been down there all day partaking in the beverage and walking around the festival and doing all that. So they were pretty primed and ready to go pre-gaming prior to that show. So, Gamut, they were top shelf. And Jerry Nimmersheim, if you're out there, I know you'll comment on that because he and I were talking about the Gamut's performance on Friday night and what a great job they did at Heather's on the patio. And again brings a huge crowd. It's a built-in crowd. You're going to have, unless the weather bottoms out to sub-zero, you're going to have a great crowd all night long there. And it's sad because there's a noise ordinance in Springboro at 11 o'clock on the weekend, and you got to shut down outdoor, music like that, or that thing would go till 2 a.m. I'm telling you, I absolutely go till 2 a.m. I thoroughly enjoyed having the Gamut. Thank you, John. I thoroughly enjoyed having the Gamut on the show Wednesday and learning a little bit about them. But I also thoroughly enjoyed seeing them Friday night and watching them perform. And I've got to give a big shout out to the Gamut because I was chatting. I was sitting at my table chatting with somebody, and I turned around and there stood the band before they played, basically most of the band members. And we had a wonderful talk. And thank you guys for coming over and saying hi and all that. You didn't have to do that at all. And I appreciate it. And you guys coming over and at least saying hey to the table we were sitting at and enjoying yourselves a little bit. And we had a good time talking to you on the breaks and such as well. And then getting some, hopefully, I'm not a pro photographer, but I got some pictures. So they're on the page. Jerry says, amazing show. Crazy high energy level. Yes. And Glenn says 40 people up dancing at the last song. And if you know how crowded it was when Glenn says 40 people, we're lucky to be able to get 40 people packed into dancing because it was standing room, elbow to elbow everywhere there. So good stuff. And deviate and bad habit, do some Boston. Yes. And I love it when Mr. Cuesta does that smoking at the Bell and the Bear opening the gym some nights. And Johnson's picks looked awesome. Well, some of them are decent, some of them suck, but you know, when you're banging off of people up there on the dance floor trying to get your photos, it's not exactly pro photography, John. It's not. Thank you, Mark, and thank you again for helping set up our interview this week and all that. And yeah, Kilowatt is heart blowing, and yeah, good stuff. Good stuff going on with the gamut. All right, I got to roll into Saturday night real quick, guys. And again, man, our numbers are so down on page, and I know we've slowed and we've gained merits and all that, but if you could be so kind to hit the share button a little bit once in a while, we'd appreciate that and get it back out there to people, because so many people say we're not getting notified about your live stuff anymore. So if you will, I'd appreciate it. Glenn went to Saturday at the Blue Note for Dreamboat Annie. And yes, that was one that I missed Saturday night, that had it not been Christmas in Springboro, and had I not had my loyalty to my friend Heather and being there for her event, which I do every year, I would have been all the way down to the Blue Note and watched Dreamboat Annie, because that's a one-of-a-kind great show as well. Hi, Billy. Thanks for dropping in. So let me move on to Saturday night real quick. And thanks again to the Gamut. I'd say so much more, but it's just we're limited on time here and getting it in today. Want to talk about Vinyl Countdown on Saturday night? A big change from last year, let me tell you. Last year, it was so cold that I don't know how they played. I mean, they powered it last year. This year, not so much as cold, and with all the bodies in the tent, in the tents, so to speak. And when I say tents, don't think it's like some little pop-up shelter out there. It's tents that hold 350 to 400 people. And, you know, there we go. I love to see you guys support each other. Thanks, Mark. And Jamie Minnick in the house. How you doing, Jamie? Thank you. What else we got here before I talk about Vinyl Countdown? Jody said CFG and the family. Gina and Johnny Band with Doug Hart at the Bell and the Bear. Wow. And Soul Stick at Brick Tappin' Tavern. There you go. Thank you for that. Appreciate the comments there. Keep the comments coming, guys, and let us know what you think. And hi, Jill. Thank you for saying hello. Hello to you. And let me talk about Vinyl Countdown. Saturday night, same time, same channel, Heather's. Great stuff for night 2 of Christmas in Springboro. Now, Heather's had this place decorated beautifully. It was in the Christmas spirit. The Christmas drinks were flowing. The party was happening all day long at Heather's. There was a parade in Springboro earlier in the day. Just a wonderful day of community. And that's it. And that's everybody comes out for it. Good stuff. And I was so happy to see that she brought Vinyl Countdown back, because the year before they didn't get the audience. They had a good crowd, but they didn't get the audience that is normally at Christmas in Springboro, because it was freaking 10 degrees. And how they even played, it was amazing. And Heather's got heat in the tents, you know, and things, but it just, when it's that cold, it's not going to be good. This year, much, much better, so much more fun. And man, Vinyl Countdown. I got to give Celia props. Celia was under the weather. I'm just going to say that. She was under the weather the day before, and a little ill. And she powered through this evening where most of us wouldn't. And I've got to give her props for being a rock star, because you would have never known it by her stage performance that she was not feeling well and was not doing the best. And what a great band, man. Vinyl Countdown, easily filling it, just like, and I'm getting people commenting here, sending me messages about something. I had to make sure it's not for the show. Okay. And let me just say, Celia, you're a performer and a half. You are. Todd, great job up there playing, man. You're the whole band. The whole band is just fantastic. And they get it. What do we got? Wife watching? Thank you. Thank you, Kim. Gamut wife watching. And Carrie, thanks for that Liquor Store Dogs at Trillions comment. I appreciate that. Give you some song here on the list, and the list I have, and I hope I'm right. For Vinyl Countdown, Any Way You Want It, Authority song, Hold the Line, loving every minute of it. Runaway, Bon Jovi tune, Nothing But a Good Time, Talk Dirty to Me, Kiss Me Deadly, Once Bitten, Twice Shy, Boogie Shoes. I mean, all over the place too, with a party lineup of music. Play that funky music thrown in there, and then second set doing things like Footloose, Hit Me With Your Best Shot, Mickey. And I can't tell you guys. And by the way, I missed something earlier. I've got to go back. I've got to rewind. I know I'm everywhere today. I got to say to the Gamut, thank you for the Ides of March song. That's all I got to say. They'll know what I'm talking about. Did a little vehicle. Great song. Great song. It is. All right. Now, Celia and company up there, you were slamming it, playing a variety of stuff again that was appealing to the crowd. When you played Mickey, there were about 40 or 50 of my Wednesday night trivia players there. And we do music trivia. And every time I do a lot of songs that have drum beat intros, like long drum beat intros, the kind of a remix version and things that go into the song. And anytime the beat is that, I sing the lyrics to Mickey, to where they get so tired of hearing Mickey that they want to choke me out. And when you guys played that, I think all 50 of these trivia players shot around and looked at me and pointed at me and laughed. Because that song just rings synonymous with craziness on Wednesday night. So thank you for throwing Mickey in there. Tony Basil, she's 70 some years old now, by the way, just if you want to feel old. Final Countdown, they play, obviously, with their name Vinyl Countdown. Home Sweet Home, Motley Crue, Proud Marion, Don't Stop Believin' was on the set list. Jenny, 8675309, that was there. It was good. Thank you for that lyric. Appreciate it, Jill. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. Yes. What's Glenn saying? Slow weekend for him. There you go. You were at Memorial Hall. It was not a slow weekend for you. Second win at Jim and Jack's. They're always fun and good. So much fun with Vinyl Countdown, and they powered through, and man, they could have gone till 2 a.m. as well. That crowd was ready for more. And Celia's voice is amazing. The rest of the band is amazing. Other people step up and sing and do it. And there we go. Hi, Sean. Good to see you. Sean from Milano's. Good to have you with us. What's Celia got to say? Celia was in the ER. I wasn't going to get that in deep, but I'll let you say it. She said she was in the ER the day before, very worried about giving a good performance. Well, no one knew. No. They'll never know unless you tell them. Celia, you were great. And if you were feeling that ill and performed that way, I want to see you when you're 110%, because that was amazing. And thank you, Mr. Todd Griffin. We appreciate you. And yes, 2 new members. Keith, is it Keith Sams and Zachary Taylor? Yeah. Zachary Tyler, I'm sorry, Rubel, and Zach slayed the guitar. Good stuff. Really good stuff. And hi, Bill. There's his lineup. Sweet Sister Mercy at the Bell and the Bear. Yes, pretty cool. The Electric Indigo and at North Second Tap. Man, that's a hot little spot too. Just one Keith. Okay, so Keith, just one. Yeah, and those were the 2 guys I did not know their name, and I feel bad about that. I knew Zach had joined the band way back when, but I didn't want to say it out loud until I confirmed it. So thank you for confirming that, and appreciate that. What a great band, Vinyl Countdown, but all the props in the world go to Heather and her venue. Closed for the season now until May. Maybe earlier than that, depending, she was telling me, depending on when the tents get delivered and put up and depending on the weather. But Heather runs a great live music venue, runs great events such as bingo through the week, our Name That Tune trivia night, and a whole bunch of different tastings and like bourbon tasting, tequila tasting. All those things go on at Heather's place. So give her a shout out if you get a chance, or if you're just down through Springboro in the daytime, stopping in at our friends from 937 Inc. By the way, if you ordered our apparel, it's in and ready for you to pick up if you're picking up, or it'll be shipped to you very soon. And down that way, it's right next door, man. Basically, just stop over and have lunch at Heather's and enjoy a nice little lunch and some good beverages inside, coffee, things like that go on throughout the winter there. She'd love to have you, and we'd love to have you there. So thanks so much, guys, for being with us here on a Monday. That's all I've got for today. That's all I can bring you on our weekend update. If you saw somebody play over the weekend and you're watching after we're live, we'd love to have you post it in the comments. And again, guys, your support is most important to us. Like I said, we're getting screwed with a lot by the book face, and we're trying to keep this going and trying to do what we could do here to maintain. But the numbers have been really bad. And honestly, I don't firmly believe it's because people don't want to watch. It's because they're not getting pushed out and they're not seeing it, because we get good numbers many, many times. So thank you all for being here. And if it does end up being that people are just tired of it, then we'll just move on. And I'll do food podcast. I'll talk about eating because I like to eat. I do very much. Hey, you know what tomorrow is? Tomorrow's Tuesday. What's that mean? It's Hot Topic Tuesday. That means Karis and Scott bring you joy and judgment. And tomorrow we might bring you some thanks as well for Thanksgiving. So join us. We'd love to have you. Thank you, Jim Kilroy. I appreciate you being here always and supporting always. Thank you, Jill, for that. And thank you much. And Celia, thank you for a performance to the Gamut for a wonderful performance on Friday night. Vinyl Countdown Cincinnati. Please follow both of these bands. If you haven't followed their page, find them on Facebook. The Gamut Band, or that's GAMUT, or Vinyl Countdown Cincinnati on Facebook. Please follow them, hit the like button. And if you haven't liked our page yet, we would love to have you do that as well. Hit the like button, not just follow, not just look at it, but hit that like button. Like us on Facebook. Give us a little subscription on the tube of you, if you can. I'm trying to get this comment off. There we go. And you can follow us on Instagram as well at All Around Town Radio. We're at All Around Town on YouTube. And in case the Book of Face ever permanently deletes us, we'll be on YouTube. Maybe. Hopefully. So that's where we're at. Thanks so much, guys. Mark, thank you so much. I appreciate you, man, a lot. Thanks for your always support of All Around Town Radio. Thank you, Glenn, for that question. I'll throw it in there now. I was going to announce it tomorrow, but I'll announce it today. No show Thursday. We're bringing you Who's Playing Out on Wednesday, and I don't have a time yet on that. We're trying to work a time out for that. It may be noon. It may be between noon and 5. It will definitely not be at 5, though. I will tell you that one. So if you're out and about on Wednesday, going to have a day, that kind of stuff, or you're just home later in the evening Wednesday, give it a watch and find out who's playing out. We're bringing you an abbreviated version of that. Basically, actually, it's an expanded version because we're adding Wednesday night to it this week. So if you're playing out Wednesday night, get those gigs into us as well. And we'll put them on the list, as we call it. And we're taking you from Wednesday to the following Wednesday on that list. And that's where we're going to be. So, yeah, Todd, happy Thanksgiving to you too. And yes, Mark, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Guys, we've got some great performers coming up in our in our Wednesday with the Band segments coming up. I'm going to have Sean McGrary on here very soon. I'm going to have Charlie Bonnet III is going to be joining us as well, and some great people. So if you've got a band or a musician that you think ought to be featured on our Wednesday with the Band segment, please throw it our way. Thanks for that reminder on that one, Glenn. We're going to get here today, guys. We are done for the day here at All Around Town Radio until 5 o'clock tomorrow, where somebody be here much prettier than me named Karis. We'll see you then. Bye-bye, everybody.
Working for the weekend, then I wanna see a show. I flip on the Book of Face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community with great advice. I know who I should go see. So